Kristen Shell, Chief Program Officer at Working Credit.
And I'm Morgan Spears, our Chief Community Engagement Officer. In this video, we are here to talk to you about the impact of structural racism on credit access.
Let's dive into a big question that's deeply rooted in our history and directly ties to financial stability. Why do some people have easy access to credit and financial stability while others struggle? The answer lies in structural racism.
Structural racism is about how policies and systems in our society are set up to benefit certain groups while systematically oppressing others.
This shows up at all levels of our society, in schools, courts, housing,
and of course, our financial system. The reality is race, unfortunately, does impact the way people experience and are able to navigate the credit system.
When we talk about structural racism, we're talking about the big systems in our society that make opportunities unequal for different racial groups.
It's important to understand that the credit system didn't materialize in isolation. It evolved within a broader society, one that is entrenched in racism,
systemically and interpersonal.
This context is crucial because it helps us recognize that although the credit scoring algorithms themselves do not take into account race, our financial system does.
Which is why disparities in credit access and outcomes exist. Let's dive into two examples of where structural racism has impacted access to credit and impacted the financial lives of people of color.
The first example is the lack of banks in neighborhoods of color.
When you think of your neighborhood or the neighborhood that you grew up in, do you see this or this?
For decades, banks decided not to have a presence or invest in Black communities. This led to lack of access to financial products like credit cards and loans.
And prior to 1974, when the Equal Credit Opportunity Act was passed, banks had the ability to discriminate based on race when it came to lending decisions. The second example is redlining.
In the 1930s, redlining was used to discriminate against Black communities when it came to buying homes.
Essentially, banks and government agencies would use red ink to draw lines around neighborhoods on a map and label them as high risk. We know that getting a mortgage and owning a home is a major way that people build wealth. And so if this is happening in Black and Latino neighborhoods, you start to see the racial wealth gap begin to expand. At Working Credit, our mission is to break the cycle of structural racism. But to do that, we need to face these issues head on. We need to recognize that racism is real and it impacts everything, including credit. At Working Credit, we interrupt structural racism by providing credit building education and support so that people can build credit and build power.
Along with pushing for systemic change, we encourage everyone to interrupt false narratives and myths by continuing to grow in knowledge around your finances and not shy away from it. Your money is your business. Just as businesses are in the business to make money, you should be in the business to save yours. And regardless of where you start, you can always build credit
and build power.
Thanks for watching. For more resources, visit the Cook County Financial Education Series webpage. And for more videos in this series, follow Cook County on YouTube. And remember, build credit, build power.